Alright, hello YouTube, what is up? It is Skittles, and tonight I'm not alone. I have a friend, and it's Bo. Say hi, Bo.
Boo! Surprise! Hey, everybody.
Yay! I'm not alone. I don't feel like I don't know, person sitting in an insane asylum talking to themselves. Finally. Tonight we're probably going to end up talking about Beyonce and the bossy word, and then me just kind of bitching around about nothing much. So, what's this whole thing about Beyonce?
Oh, yeah, I came across this thing where I guess Beyonce's trying to raise awareness about the word bossy. She's trying to push to make it illegal, I guess, to make it like a profanity word, along with all the nice little cuss words that we all enjoy. I guess the idea is that there's women out there who are afraid of becoming successful because they don't want to be called bossy. I'm not sure. But to me, it seems like crazy talk to me. I mean, if you ask me, the women who are successful, who did like push real hard to become like self-made millionaires and stuff like that, I bet they don't care one little bit if people are all like, yeah, she's bossy. I bet you. I'd be willing to bet you $100. They don't care. Because I mean, think about it. If you made $1 million doing your thing, people are going to talk crap about you no matter what way you go about it. So
Well, that's ridiculous. If I were to bitch about being called something, I think it would have to be being called a bitch, you know? That's rude.
yeah, see, and that word's already counted as a profanity, so it makes sense. And not,
Yeah.
and it's not a nice word to use anyway.
Mm-mm.
Not unless you're friends and you're just joking around like, "Oh, you're being such a bitch right now." That kind of thing's okay. But using it to talk somebody down, that's a dick move. Yeah, there's another one. I don't like being called a dick, so that's the same thing.
Yeah. It kind of upsets me a little bit when people call each other faggots. I don't like that word. It's just the way that it sounds, faggot. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's one
Uh,
of those ridiculous words.
and it came from like the generation before us. Well, I guess two generations before us, like the people that were in World War II and stuff. Those people, it was all about being a tough guy, being masculine as a guy, as a male. So that's kind of how that came into play. How homosexuality was tied into being not masculine. And I would have to say homosexuality doesn't necessarily make somebody unmasculine. There's plenty of dudes that do that kind of thing, and they're not girly or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I know I made a video. I don't know if you got to watch it I don't know how long ago it was. It's entitled "Is Gay Okay?" And I went back to one of my earlier videos about it, and there's this fucking asshole that just had to jump on there and fucking throw his 2 cents in. But it's YouTube. I mean, what are you gonna do about it? But just what he was saying, not about the video, but about me because I supported it. Saying that I was white trash and this and that. And it's like, really? We're talking about if being gay is okay, not how I fucking look. I could give a shit less what people think about me.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. I mean, and I see a lot of Christians and religious people behave that way. And I find it extremely ironic that they behave that way because the Bible itself tells you it's not up to you to judge people. It's not your place.
Yes. Oh my god, the Bible, man. I don't know. I made another video about Dark Angel 2525, and he's an atheist, and he makes lots of videos about atheism and what if God were real. They're little animated shows, but they're cute, and it makes you really think. I I don't like religion. As one of my friends said, the all religions are pretty much bullshit. The Bible is bullshit, the Quran is a lie, and Nevada Key did not fall from the sky. Religions are used to create wars. That's it.
Yeah, I'm in no position to say that it's bullshit because I don't know. But I mean, I'll be honest. I don't like religion if it's kind of if it's making you afraid of something, if it's making you hate somebody, if it's making you behave in a way that's not natural to you, then I think it's not right.
Yes, I agree. I agree 100%. And like, I have a lot of Christian friends, and when I go Christian, it's because, they're the type of people that will just send their asses off all week. They'll fuck people over, they'll swear, they'll drink, they'll just be really horrible people, and then come Sunday, they'll go to church, confess their sins, and then they're fine. And
Jeez.
yeah, and I don't think, like, I'm not a religious person, I don't go to church or anything, but I'm not quite sure that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know.
The basis for me personally for what I would do that's moral behavior or not moral behavior, I kind of use my empathy for that. If I know what pain is, I know what hurts me, so I could feel your pain and feel another person's pain based on that. And when it comes to homosexuality and religion and atheism, I find it really funny that it's Christianity that really pushes like this anti-homosexual deal.
Yeah,
I don't know where in the Bible it really talks much about it, so I don't know where it came from. But I find it funny that atheists, well, I find it interesting, I guess, that atheists aren't more against homosexuality because if you look at it from an objective point of view, I mean, you think of it. What are they for? What are your genitals for? What is an orgasm for? If you want to speak about it from an objective point of view, the point of an orgasm is one thing, and that's to procreate.
yeah,
So if you're having sex in a way that's not leading to procreation, then you would. I mean, I see a lot of atheists. They're obsessed with evolution. So you're not evolving. You're not procreating if you're having homosexual relations. So I don't know.
yeah,
Personally, I don't care about it. It's not a concern of mine. It's not something that you do you, and if it's making you happy, just try to be nice to people.
yeah. That's how I feel. Like, that's something I've noticed on Facebook a lot. It's just people, and this is something that just aggravates the shit out of me. People will bitch at me about my bitching, and it's not fair because they're like, well, my opinion. And then it's like, well, you just stood there and bitched about my opinion. Does your opinion outweigh mine? What gives you some special fucking power that allows your thoughts and feelings to be more important than what I'm saying? I don't like that. I noticed that is like one of the main fucking dramas on Facebook is everybody's just bickering about their opinions.
Your opinion's wrong. My opinion's right.
Yes, that's exactly how they do it. And the best fucking way I could explain Facebook, and a lot of people have it, is like Facebook is an uninformed little gathering of people, and they'll drag you into shit that you don't even know what the fuck is going on, but they will post your ass in it and expect you to know everything about everything so that when you're called upon, you can be like, well, I side with this person or I side with that person. And if you don't side with anybody, you're an asshole and they don't want to talk to you.
And that goes even beyond Facebook. I mean, you'll see that with like the Christians and the atheists arguing, the creationists and the evolutionists. Like if you're I guess you called it an agnostic, which is kind of like I don't know either way. I just don't know either way. That's my position. If that's your position, you're the one that's both sides will boo you off the stage. Get out of here. You're an idiot. It's just no fun. They want that argument. It's fun to argue. So when someone comes and they're like more mature about it and they're balanced about it, that's no fun. We gotta argue. We gotta fight. We gotta see I'm smarter than you, and here I'm gonna prove it.
Yes. Yes. And I think that's why my friend kind of said that religions are bullshit. But the funny thing of it now is he's kind of religious in his own sort of way, but it's not like a hardcore, I'm following all the commandments type of thing. He believes that there's a higher power and that the higher power does look after us, but to a certain point.
And that's a good thing to do. And I think that it's important for every person to kind of develop their own philosophy on it. My thing is, if you're going to have a spiritual or religious type deal going on in your head, it's up to you to come up with what it is. For me, the story is, same thing like you were saying about your friends. There's something kind of higher power going on. There's something beyond just what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm thinking.
Well, I like that, and I agree too. Like some people that I'm in contact with daily refuse the fact that there may be a higher power because that question always comes into mind. I think every person, even those hardcore Christians, have had to at least once sat down and been like, you know what, if there was a God, why is all these horrible things happening to people? Why are there wars? Why is there sickness? Why is there death?
I like what Bill Hicks said. I don't know if you know who Bill Hicks is. He was a real big comedian in the late 90s. He's like one of the biggest comedians, but he ended up getting cancer and dying.
Oh.
Uh, he basically said that life's a roller coaster. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be loud noises, thrills and chills.
I like that. I know I watched a couple videos about you guys had it on your video last Sunday that I was on about the guy that's supposedly Bill Hicks.
Oh, yeah, yeah. A couple of guys that I've been talking to on the internet, they're on this big thing that Bill Hicks isn't actually dead. He's Alex Jones now. And they got this big, long list of stuff that shows all this evidence of it.
Well, I mean, it's not uncommon for celebrities to fake their deaths, but why would he do it for?
I don't even know. I know they did talk about the reasons why, and I guess it was relating to. See, Bill Hicks did when he did stand up, he did a lot of political stuff. I mean, he made jokes about George Bush real bad, just hardcore on stage in front of thousands of people making seriously jokes about George Bush, about all politicians, throwing them in the dirt. If you want to talk about stuff on Facebook, this guy had people cracking up over talk about George Bush in the bathtub, can't get any erections, so Hillary Bush is pooping in his mouth to try to. It's bad. It's bad.
Oh my god. Oh shit. Well, I could maybe definitely see maybe one reason why he wanted to hurry up and get out of the picture real quick.
Right.
Wow. Oh my god.
I mean, I do have to defend the Bible itself, though, because I do find a lot of wisdom in the Bible. If you, and you can try this yourself, if you have an issue in your life, a situation you're in, go to Google and type in what does the Bible say about, and then kind of type in like a summary of your situation. And I'd be willing to bet you that the Bible would give you the right answer, like the best answer that anybody else would give you. I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it's bullshit because Earth can't be 6,000 years old." Blah, 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 blah. But to me, it's the Bible's huge.
Oh yeah.
You got to look in it and find what you're looking for, not just look at all the, because I mean, there's a lot of disinformation too. The Bible's been translated countless times. People have translated it in ways that would meet an agenda for them. One version of the Bible is basically telling you the government is anointed by God, so you need to respect the government. That's not the King James version. I think it's one of the older versions, but that's what it tells you to do. And the King James version, they changed that to not being the government's anointed. They changed it to, I can't remember right now exactly what it said. But like I said, I mean, there is a lot of stuff in there to find that's decent. And there's a lot of crap in there too. You know, it's both.
Yeah. Well, and I can agree, like, the Bible does contradict itself, but, like, if people used it instead of I don't, I don't know how I want to word this. Um, if people didn't would just stop using the Bible as a reason to hate every fucking thing, and they used it as maybe just a general guideline of how they should treat other people, it would be a lot better. It's like maybe a book for hope. If you get down to the point that you don't want to live anymore, you know, flip that sucker open and start reading.
And that's another reason I have respect for Christianity, because I know a lot of people that they did a lot of bad things. They hurt people. They probably got addicted to drugs. They were, prostituting to get crack, whatever. However, real terrible things people did. They got to a point where they hate themselves, and because I mean, look at what I've done. I hate myself. I don't even know why I want to live. And then next thing you know, they found Jesus. They're saved, and then they're just a whole different person. They're decent.
Well, at some point though, like, I kind of have to disagree just a little bit because look at like Charles Manson. He didn't. Okay, let me see how I want to word this. It's not that he didn't intentionally kill people. He didn't kill people by means of like actually physically doing it himself. He manipulated other people into doing it for him.
Right.
And he didn't, jump in and be like, I've been reading the Bible, I've been trying to be good. He's sitting by himself in a jail cell somewhere, still all twisted and fucked up in the head.
Yeah, he's pretty loony.
Yeah.
And the Bible actually does talk about manipulation. It talks you down on don't be manipulative. Don't. And that's one of the commandments. Don't bear false witness. Don't tell lies. That's basically all that's telling you to do.
Yeah.
I think
And
a lot of people think of it as too much of, like I said before, about judging other people. This is something for you to pursue. This is you know. And I mean, to be honest though, like what I was saying about how people found Jesus, it's not necessary for them people to turn their lives around. You don't have to find Jesus to change your life. But a lot of people, that's kind of the catalyst that did it.
yeah. Well, I know that like I don't know. At some point you kind of have to just I'm a big fucking believer in karma. I'm a really superstitious person, and I don't so much believe in God, but I don't want to be the asshole of the hour and be like, I don't believe, blah blah blah, and then end up going somewhere that I don't want to end up when I die. So it's not that I'm trying to kiss ass per se, but I could be. I just try to live as a decent person. I don't manipulate people for my own gain. I don't lie to people unless I have to protect them from hurting them. I don't, go fucking around with other people while being in a relationship because I'm married, and of course that was one of our vows was, we were going to be faithful to each other till death do us part.
And I do like that kind of deal. I was in a marriage too. Unfortunately, it didn't work. Didn't work out.
Um,
Uh, but that happens. It was, and me and her, I mean, we're still okay. We're not like enemies to the bitter end. It's just stuff wasn't working, and a lot of it was financial troubles at the time. We got pregnant. We were really young and pretty broke, and we had to get our own place, get married, all at once. And it was we were still young. We still wanted to do what young people do. We still wanted to do the partying and hanging out, the social aspects, and it kind of clanked heads.
Yeah. And I so fucking hear you because honestly, that's kind of the position that I'm in right now. You know, I had my daughter at 14. I ended up getting married just this last year. Jamie and I are both of poor families, you know. It's not like we were blessed with having rich relatives that would give us money or anything like that. And so now we're buying our first house. And actually, we're closing on it Tuesday. Hooray!
Hey, congratulations!
Thank you. But yeah, we're kind of going through the same thing. And like, I still like being social, but to a point. I don't like trying to make it an everyday thing. Maybe like on the weekends I want to go out. But there's more important stuff during the week to take care of. And my partner, on the other hand, didn't really want any of this, didn't really want a family, and didn't honestly grow up with the greatest parental background. Just to smooth that over there a little bit, you know. And when I first met him, things were great, but him and my mom, or me and his mom, really fucking butted heads because we never could see eye to eye. She would always allow him to do things that nobody should do ever.
I
So
got
I
you.
hear ya. Yeah. We're getting all personal. Our YouTube people are going to be sobbing for us. They're going to be like, oh my god, I'm so sad. You're like, calm down, ma'am, get a tissue.
But that's great. That's a great position you're in, though. I mean, you're getting things started off. You're taking action. You're not saying that, oh, woe is me. Our families are terrible, blah, 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 and now now here. Because, I mean, it's quick. You're 18. It's quick. You're going to be 28 real quick. You know,
Oh,
it
yeah.
goes by surprisingly fast. So you getting an early jump is good because and having a kid at 14, I think that's actually good because by the time your kid is grown and you're booting them out of the house, you're not going to have gray
Yes.
hair. You're not going to have a bunch of wrinkles. You're still going to be in a real good position.
I know, and I actually made a video about that like a long while back about how, and I got a lot of shit about it too. People call me a whore and stuff, and I was like, no, you know, I'm not a whore. Some people may say I made a bad decision, I fucked up my teenage years, but you know what? By the time my daughter turns 18, I'm going to be 35. I've already calculated this shit out. I'm going to be 35, and hopefully by that time I'll quit smoking so that I'll have the energy and the fucking gumption to get up off the couch and go do something.
Yeah, focus on finances. Getting rich best you can. Focus on getting your kid to be mature so that you can boot them out on their 18th birthday. You ain't got to worry about a 25-year-old on a couch. Take care of that business. And then when you're 35, who cares about your teenage years? You're 10 times smarter now. You got a bunch of money in the bank. You're set, man. Who cares about the teenage years? You'll be
Fuck
ready.
yes. I'll be able to take a damn trip to Las Vegas. I won't have to worry about being carded. I can walk my ass into a casino and sit there for weeks if I want to.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's not such a bad idea. But no, like shit, I believe things happen for a reason. I believe that some people are born just to do whatever, and then some people are born to do really great things. And I believe that people like that kind of have a sixth sense about when shit's gonna get real and when it's gonna go bad. And they kind of try to put a stop to it. Is that weird?
No, not at all. A lot of people are going to try to tell you that's weird to try to put you down. And you're going to find that too as you start seeing success, as you start things start falling into place for you. You're going to see people hating on you out of jealousy. And
Oh,
it's an
yeah.
unfortunate thing. It's going to be people that you love. It's going to be people that you've been around for decades, and it's going to break your heart that these people are turning on you. But you got to, but I mean, that's a part of the story that you're going to live, and it all, it works out in the end.
Yeah, and my aspiration is to be a lawyer, and I want to be a lawyer for kids. And I've talked about it in previous videos, and the reason why I want to do that is because when I was a kid, I was the worst child any parent could be blessed to have. I was always in trouble, always in and out of the court systems, but I learned a lot by that, more than what just normal good children would learn, because then you get to really face the facts that adults, even if there's no reason for them to be, they'll be fucking manipulative, they will lie, they will lie under oath. I had a probation officer, a judge, fucking people that I had to take to court would lie under oath, and I'm like, dude, you're under oath. You're swearing to this court and to God that you're going to tell the truth, and here you are lying. Makes
Mhm.
sense. But yeah, so I want to be a lawyer because I learned at a really young age. I think I was maybe 12 at the time that I first started being the rebel lawbreaker. That you either got to man up and try to hold your own ass, or there's going to be somebody trying to cash in on you using you as a paycheck.
That is some wise shit right there.
And it's true.
Now, what you want to be careful of, and being a lawyer, that's fantastic. That's an awesome thing to go for. People be going to call you bossy though, so be careful.
Oh my god. If bossy is the only thing I'm going to get called by being a lawyer, I've exceeded my expectations.
Now, if you start going to college, let me warn you, you got to be real careful about debt. Real careful about debt, because debt. You look at people that are middle class, okay? They got a house. They got two nice cars. They got a bunch of cool clothes. They got 5 iPhones, an iPad, touchscreen, blah, 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 blah. They got all that stuff because they got the mortgage. They got the car notes. They got the credit cards.
Oh yeah.
So you look at them and they're like, hey, they're doing well. They're not doing well.
No.
If you ask me, a person who's got like hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt, they're potentially worse off than a person who's just broke with no debt. Because as soon as you lose that job, as soon as you lose that ability to pay them bills, they're going to take that house, they're going to take that car, they're going to take the clothes. They'll take the clothes back. You think they
Oh
won't?
yeah.
And then where are you? Then where are you? You're worse.
You're homeless,
You're worse.
jobless.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
see people commit suicide when that happens. Like these like stockbrokers that lost their money and they kill them they kill their kids and their wife and then themselves. So how is that? That's worse than being broke, because if you're broke, I mean that's kind of bad too. But I mean, if you don't want to be in the middle. I'd say being broke or being rich is better than being in the middle. Because in the middle you're just broke and you're in debt. So that's even lower. If
Oh
you're
yeah.
if you're in a bunch of debt, when you get yourself out of debt, you've uplifted yourself from slave to pauper. So now you're a pauper. And if
Yeah.
you're broke, you're already a pauper, so you're already ahead of that. Yeah, I'm pretty broke myself. So.
I hear you on that. And I did learn that lesson from my brother. He unfortunately got to be another one of my many life lessons. He's not really rich, but he married a woman who was, and in fact, she wasn't as rich as she said. They had $100,000 house. They had 3 cars. Their kids went to dance lessons. They had the coolest, newest stuff all the time. And then she cheated on him, and he broke it off, and that's when he found out, well, we've got almost $350,000 worth of credit card debt. We've got this big mortgage to pay off. And it's like, wow, okay, you guys aren't as well off as I thought you were.
Not at all. You got to keep working forever now. You can't just
Yeah.
say I'm going to leave my job. I'm going to hit the bricks. I'm going to figure out how to become my own boss. You can't do that when the bills due every month.
Oh, yeah. And see, the thing of it is I think personally my brother has the shittiest job in the shittiest town. He's a firefighter. He's like a part-time firefighter for a really shitty town like 15 miles away from us called Washington Courthouse. And that town is so corrupt with drugs, and just the law enforcement's corrupt, and the pay is probably really crappy too because it's part-time.
Right.
So you got to think, all that debt, part-time job, shitty town. He's in a really bad position.
Now, another thing that makes debt bad, because you'll come across people that are going to tell you that I got rich by using debt. And for example, what they'll do, they'll go to a bank and get like a $100,000 loan to start their own business or whatever, or they'll use that money, they'll buy a bunch of houses and property and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And they'll get rich doing that, or maybe not. But the bad thing about getting debt, you heard about inflation, you've heard about the Federal Reserve just keeps printing, and if they keep printing, then the economy's going to collapse. Now, when you hear about the Federal Reserve printing money, how do you think they get the authority to do that?
Honestly, they say it's through the president, but I think they just take it upon themselves to do it. It's more or less just Congress that says, hey, we need some more money, print that shit up.
And when it's the people that go to the bank, you sign that loan. And this is kind of the same thing with like food stamps and stuff too. It's the same difference. If you're in debt or if you're on a bunch of welfare, you're kind of in the same spot as far as the inflation goes. Because the bank gives you a loan, gives you a credit card. What's on the credit card is not money, it's credit. But as soon as you swipe that credit card at the store, boom, you just caused inflation because you just made new money. You just added money to the money supply. And the same thing kind of applies with the food stamps. Now, if a person needs food stamps, then they need them. But there's a lot of people that are just being lazy and just thinking they're hustling the government. I'm hustling because I got some food stamps.
Yeah.
Same thing happens. Every time you swipe that food stamp card, boom, that's more money getting put into the money supply. And that's what you're going to see. You're going to see prices of stuff keep going up, keep going up. It wasn't that long ago when gas was less than $1 a gallon. It wasn't that long ago when rent was $200 a month for a decent place. Now everything's tripling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where it is that you're at, but I know where I'm at. Gas is at $3.75. Milk is at $3.25. A pack of cigarettes is almost $6 fucking. And rent for a crappy 3-bedroom kind of townhouse and comes free with the lazy landlord is $600.
Yeah, I live in Rockford, not too far out of Chicago. It's kind of a smaller town. The population is about 150,000. And that's pretty much the prices you did. It's the exact same thing I got going on here.
Really? Okay, so we're not too far off. I live in a really shitty town that has like 3 factories to choose from to work at, or grocery stores. And I think our population is maybe 1,000, maybe 1,200 people. Not a lot.
Got more factories than what I got. In this town, it's all call centers.
Oh, I'd love to work in a call center. Fuck.
Yeah, you get your little cubicle, and yeah. Hey, thank you for calling T-Mobile today. Thank you for calling. And it's an outsourced company that works for these big name companies. You go to this place, they'll pay you like $9 an hour or something,
Oh, jeez.
and you're working for a big name cell phone company, or you're working for a big name car company. But you're not actually working for the car company. You're working at this little rinky-dink place, and you're lying to these people calling in. So thank you for calling Amtrak, and you don't work for Amtrak. You work for J&P Marketing or whatever.
Yes, I hear that. I have gotten so many unsolicited fucking or soliciting fucking phone calls of people just lying, I believe, and I catch them on and I'm like, who are you? What do you want? And they're like, I'm so and so from this place. I'm like, really? Hold on, let me check that. And I get on my magical little laptop and look this shit up and find, no, you're really a scammer. Stop calling me. Go away.
We do have an auto factory, a Chrysler plant nearby. I worked there for a while. When I worked there, they were paying $25 an hour, so it was good.
Really?
But then 2008 came, and the auto industry got almost obliterated. And so you saw this auto plant that was paying $25 an hour. Today, you go there, it's 13 or 12.75 now. They cut that wage in half.
Wow. I
Prices, everything went
know.
up, wages went down.
Yeah, and that's something I hear from a lot of people too. There was a thing circulating Facebook saying that something that said on the news is if they created a bunch of jobs for people to work at, it would make the economy buckle even more than what it is. How would that be possible? Like, if you're creating more jobs, you're giving more money to people, they'd be able to spend more. How would that be making the economy buckle?
I guess it depends on a job. If you're talking about getting some more social workers in there, getting more government jobs in there, then yeah,
Yeah,
that can hurt the economy more because those things are funded by tax revenues and printing money and stuff. But if you're talking about jobs where it's straight up capitalism, you're making a product, you're selling it, money's, currency's flowing, then I don't see how in the world it could cause the economy to buckle. Because that's what the economy is. How fast is money moving? Who has the money? What makes economies buckle is when there's a few people that have a lot of money and a bunch of people that don't. Okay?
yeah. Well, I don't know, but I thought that was really ridiculous. And then again, you post your opinions on there, and everybody's like, "My opinion's better." It's like, man, I don't even want to fucking talk to you guys. You suck. Yeah. So that I don't know, it's just mind-boggling some things. And I think that question or whatever was posted by CNN. So yeah, CNN's kind of a shitty place. All right, so let's
Oh, we're
see.
sorry, Edward, man. I was not watching the YouTube.
Oh goodness, did we get in trouble?
No, it's our boy Edward, Illuminati Church promoter extraordinaire. He's been talking a whole bunch in the YouTube comments, but
Oh my goodness, I know I completely just like closed off the thing so it wouldn't drain my computer. And
hmm
holy shit, he has been talking. Damn,
he said you should be a supermodel for weed in Colorado. Get into that legal recreational weed game.
I so could. But yeah. Oh my god, a female lawyer with a nose ring is totally punk. I know. That's awesome.
Oh, he's
But yeah.
giving he's giving some straight advice on some growing.
Oh my goodness, I know. Might have to get in contact with this guy if I ever move to Colorado. Be like, hey, what's up? But no, I seen one of his comments asking like, how could I get a job with the nose ring? I actually ended up working in a shitty factory, and I made a video about that too, talking about the shit that was going on there. And it's really sexist. That's why I fucking refuse to work in a factory anymore, because they'll do whatever they can, and it's mostly men who do it. I hate to say that. It fucking sucks. But the guy that I worked with was a fucking asshole, and he would do anything to fucking get his other male co-workers high up. But when it came to the females, it was like, oh, you guys can't do the job as well as we can. So he would just give all the shit jobs to us.
Oh, what a bogus situation. I've been in
Yeah,
situations like that too, but in the reverse.
well, it was pretty bad, and I hated it, and that's why I just decided to quit, because it's like, no, I'm not fucking doing this anymore. Let's see. Damn, we're almost an hour into this. I told you I could talk forever.
Worked out pretty well.
Oh yeah, it did. All right, well, I'm going to play Jamie's video because my computer just flashed a thing. It's like, you are on 14% battery. So I'm going to play his video on share, and then I've got a quote to say, and then I guess we'll just close out.
Sounds good.
All right, cool.
Let's see some music. Let's close it out with some tunes.
All right, I'm going to do the awesome fucking thing here. Did I video share your feed? Holy shit, what am I doing? Oh, okay.
Right now I see me on there. Okay.
Okay, you see him?
Yep, we're ready.
All right, cool. Can you hear that?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, it only picks up on the damn mic. There we go. All right. How did you like that?
Oh, shit. That was really pleasant.
Yeah, that was Jamie. And do you believe... Hey, honey, how long have you been playing now? How many? He's only been playing for 6 years, and that was the song from the Titanic.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Close my
What's
headphones
his
back in. We don't have a
what's his
reverb. There we
what's his
go.
YouTube there? You should put his YouTube in the comments and say it here so that people will go there.
Well, I know Jamie has a couple previous videos from YouTube, but I don't know like if he has any recent ones. But I know he subscribed to my channel. How sweet.
Aw.
And the old videos suck. Oh, well, he doesn't want me to put his YouTube in there because his old videos suck.
Well,
But
here,
he. Oh, go ahead.
let me tell you a secret about how to get some views. If he makes some videos playing a guitar, what you do when you post a video is take two celebrity guitarists. Just pick two of them, and in the video say this song here is inspired by such and such. And then in the video, in the in the thumbnail of the video, you can make your own thumbnails. Make a thumbnail that shows a picture of these two celebrity guitarists. When you talk about celebrities, when you talk about something that's current events, people are going to find that. People are going to see it, and they're going to like it, and they're going to subscribe, they're going to comment, they're going to... So if you're kind of worried about no one's paying attention, because that's the same thing. I could post a video right now and get 20 views in a year, but if I talk about a celebrity, if I talk about that, it'll get thousands of views. You can go look at my channel right now, and it's proofs right there. You'll see some videos got 30, some got 10,000, and it's based off using that kind of formula.
Yeah, so I think Jamie would really like that because I know that when he did start doing the YouTube thing, he would post a video here, a video there, and he wouldn't really get as many views as, like, say, Sung a Jung or another kind of famous guitarist. So, yeah. And Edward is still on there talking about pot. I tell you what, he's going to teach us how to grow it, how to sell it, how to promote it. All right. Well, I'm going to leave us tonight with an awesome quote by Hunter S. Thompson. If you haven't heard of him, or if you've watched Fear and Loathing, he's a really awesome guy. And some say that he was killed by the government for knowing too much. I don't know. That might be something we could talk about Sunday. So it says, "We're all alone, born alone, die alone, and in spite of true romance magazines, we shall all someday look back on our lives and see that, in spite of our company, we were alone the whole way. I do not say lonely, at least not all the time, but essentially and finally alone. This is what makes your self-respect so important, and I don't see how you can respect yourself if you must look in the hearts and minds of others for your happiness." And he said that in his book, The Proud Highway Saga of a Desperate Southern Gentleman from 1955 to 1967. Yeah.
That was deep.
It was. He was a very deep man for someone who would load up on LSD and mescaline and all kinds of stuff and just trip out. He was something.
Hope
All
you
right.
guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below. And if you're interested in learning more about me, I'm in the comments there. Click my name, Bogorn, and come subscribe to me too. Guys, have a good night, good morning, good evening.
And I'll see my awesome YouTubers later. And thank you so much for coming on the show, Bo. It was awesome. We should do it again.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah. All right. Peace, guys.
Peace.